guys, it's your girl Chi-Town Blue here with another installment of the A-List Alert, coming on behalf of the Key S Expressions Publishing / Multimedia Division. We're doing big things in the Midwest, you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are a returning viewer, you're an awesome swag blaster. This is an episode of Shock Value, and what we're going to do today is we're talking about how I won my divorce case without an attorney. Now, I've been on this Kevin Samuels thing, and I found out that he was divorced twice. So my thing is, how can he give advice on something that he never experienced when it comes to relationships or anything of that nature? So I'm here to let you guys know that if you are at the beginning stages, that you can get through this and be victorious. Now, there is a disclaimer. Not every result is going to be the same, but at least you have a focal point with my video to kind of walk you through step by step. Now, here we go. Background information. I met Faith Black in church, all that. We fell in love, 22, blah, 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 blah. 4 kids, okay? Went through all that. So, felt that the relationship was not going in the direction that we wanted it to go in. So, what I ended up facing was an actual divorce. Here I am. Had 4 kids. 2 of them had their own medical challenges. My background, when I met Fade, I was working full-time at a Chicago Sun-Times newspaper as an editorial assistant, and I was in school. And so that's what I brought to the table. Kevin Samuels says that you lose your value when you turn a certain age and you are a certain weight. To me, I'm totally against that. And that was the meat and potatoes of my divorce. I wanted my voice to be heard. I knew that my contribution to the family was just as important as my ex. But how do I prove that? The first thing is, this is step number 1, is you have to have the right mindset. Excuse me, got my muffins this morning. I have 1 cinnamon and I have 1 blueberry. I love my muffins in the morning. You have to have the right mindset. And your mindset and your goal is to get before the judge. That's it. I'm sorry. These are delicious. I have my milk. My good value lactose-free milk. I love it. I always heat up my muffins. I love them because they're warm and the fragrance is so divine. Cinnamon in the morning, gotta have it. Okay, well, anything in life, you have to have the right mindset. And my mindset at that time was get before the judge. But I had to prepare. So, I did this. I did not have a lot of money, again, did not have an attorney at all. I had folders. And in those folders were sheets of evidence that I had with me. Stay tuned, because there's an ace in the hole that I had that you can say is divine intervention, what have you. You have to have the right mindset. My mindset was, my contribution to this family is just as important as his. So how do you show that? These cost $1 at the dollar store. If you open them up on the inside, they have sheets. These sheets are in a pack of maybe 100 or 50 for about $3. I got 3 of these. So the first one that I did was a white one. It consisted of all 4 kids. If you have children, this is a pointer for you. Anything of value when it comes to the kids. I have 4. I started my journey with the 4 kids, but I also had the experience of taking care of my younger brother when he was premature. So everybody in the whole house had to learn how to take care of him before he was released out of the hospital. So I had to learn. I was 11 years old. So I have a before picture of him. I have a before picture of him down here, if you guys can see. I'm with him. He has the trachea. I'm in the picture at like 11 years old. So this one is another picture of him, a before and after picture. Okay. And then also in this folder consists of all 5 people. My contribution to their lives is also in this as well. But all of the academics that my kids achieved is also in this folder. I divided every child. I took my first son, gave him information on his awards, perfect attendance, uh, honor roll certificates, all those things I had based on each individual child. So child number 1, all those academics, what you can fit in that folder. Child 2, all those academics, even if they go out in like the community and they do church activities, for example, and they have good attendance there, those certificates are issued as well. Each child had those those represented in each and every portion of my folder. And I really and truly am grateful for the opportunity to have that and think of that. I also did my resume for the financial aspect of my contribution to the family. It was my resume. I typed out my resume a long time ago and used it. You have value. You have to take the time out, go back to square one, and find out what attributes you bring to the table. They're there. I did a simple resume a long time ago, but I still had a copy of it and issued it to the court. It all plays a factor in your victory. So when it came to the children, I also gave examples of their disabilities as well. So if you have any shot records, if you have any records of them missing school because of different ailments and things of that nature, have all that documented and put in the folder. It's very simple. All those things make a difference to your victory. And then you're going to get hit with lawyer visits. You still have to have the same mindset. Get me before the judge. You have to. You have to. One of the things that happened to us was that former place that I lived in, I couldn't stay there because the pipes had burst. I had pictures of that. Pictures of the actual apartment where the plumbing was messed up. The plumbing was messed up and I couldn't stay there. The mold, that produced mold in there. So I had pictures of all that. Here's an example of going back to the kids. I had a picture of my kids, and I also had a picture of my youngest son when I was helping with occupational, physical, and speech therapy. And so I had a picture of him when he was little. You have to have your evidence. Create a paper trail. You have to have your evidence there. This is a photo of me. This was my full-time job. This was my full-time job every day because he could not walk, talk, or speak. This was my full-time job with my son every day. And I had pictures of this in my folders. You have to have evidence. Anything damaging that goes on in your life, you have to create a path for that. You have to create a paper trail for that. So I had pictures of the plumbing. I had pictures of the electrical outlets that didn't work. I had pictures of all those things, exhibits to carry me through this process. I wanted to show that, hey, look, this is the condition that he left us in when he just left the state. So you have to have that. And the more evidence that you have, the stronger you will be in the victory that you have. Now, you don't know. You could ask for anything. But if you get before the judge, he can sort everything out. And that's what happened for me. The last thing, if you guys stick around, see, I'm coming to the taste of resistance. Now, it was an infidelity thing. So what I had, which was divinely executed, was the bill for the purchase that he made for his girlfriend. I had it. It came to my house. So I used that document to show Because the question was, why did I think that there was more money there than what was shown? Okay. And you don't finance your girlfriend, X amount of dollars when I built the house. I built it. So I presented, not only did I present that, I also presented a picture of the tumor that I had. I also used that as evidence. I had a lot of evidence that I used in this case. Now this is you can see what that says. That was the receipt for my ex's girlfriend's purchase. That was the receipt that I used. They came to my house. So it was proof that there was more income than what he was reporting. And then also too, I did a picture of the tumor. In January, I almost died of cancer. So there's the picture of the tumor that I had done. I'd also submitted that as well as evidence. So the question was, how did I know that there was more money coming in than what he was reporting? And that's what I used, the receipt from the girlfriend. Like I said, some results may vary. You may not be able to get the same victory as me. I didn't know what I qualified for. And you never know if you don't get before the judge. That's the most important thing. Your mindset. What are you trying to say? You have a voice. Most households, outside of the rent and outside of the car note, you still have to run the house. So the house costs anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 just to run the house, and don't have a family on top of that. It's very expensive. So that's a business within itself. Replacing toilet paper, replacing dish soap, the things that we buy on a regular basis, those things have to be replenished. And gone are the years where my grandmother, my grandfather, he would leave money in the Bible for my grandmother. Because he knew she had 6 kids at the house and needed that extra funds to make the house run. Not everybody thinks like that, it's just automatic, I guess. I don't know. But I knew in my heart of hearts that I didn't want anybody to downplay my contribution to my family. And so I just showed you guys step by step on how to win your divorce case. Good luck to everybody. I hope this helps you guys have the right mindset. Get your resources together. Anything that you have documented, go to Dollar Tree and pay $1 for folders to keep everything organized. Get your resume together. Get the little slots in the inside of the folders so that you guys can have that all organized when you get to court. Have the right mindset again. And then walk in there with all confidence. What they're going to do is they're going to have you answer questions. This is what the opponent says is wrong with the relationship. And then you have to answer. My answer was 3 pages. And every bullet point I hit. This is why I feel the same way, that this relationship is not going to work. This is my contribution. I did 3 pages of that. Your worth and your value is so important as a person that is on the other side of the relationship. Whether you're a man that decides to walk away, the woman's contribution is important. Or if you are a woman that decides to walk away, that man's contribution is just as important. So we have to begin to go back to the basics and find our worth and our value. Because if we have children and we have a family, those things are important as well. It's one person being 4 different people to 4 different souls. And that means a lot to the foundation of the family. And I hope you guys walked away with victory, knowing and understanding that you can make it regardless, whether you're in a relationship or whether your relationship is over. You have what it takes to be successful. Don't let people tell you that you are devalued because of your age or your height or your weight. That's bull, because God gave you the ability to have self-worth inside of you, and no human being can ever take that away from you. You are a warrior. All of you guys are. And you will be victorious in this. So again, remember, have the right mindset. Number one, get before the judge. Number two, organize yourself. Get all of your documentation together. Get you a dollar folder and organize step by step what you want to say. Type out your resume because that is a factor as well. And four, answer each bullet point question with a rebuttal with proof. Number 4 and 5, make sure you eat breakfast in the morning before you go in victory because you're going to win. Thank you so much again. And remember, ladies, if you are a part of the Curve Nation, are we little girls? Hell no. So do we tap on doors? Hell no. If you are a part of the Curve Nation, ladies, remember to kick that bitch off the hinges. Love you guys. Take care.